The Insidious food booth. It's like when you think they're done, they just add more. They just surprise you.
Bad news for Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. Kind of seen the different Trilogy faces of the weekend.
Tease for the Wolfman in the Tram. Okay guys, we are back at Universal Studios Florida. It is time for another Halloween Horror Nights 2024 update. We have all the announcements now for all the houses and the scare zones and everything, so we gotta go over that. The weekend is returning, and also they got Beetlejuice Collectibles at City Walk, so we're gonna head off there first before we head into the park. So on that note, it's time to talk about the HHN Shirt of the Day. Now this is the re-release from HHN 2000, right? The year of Jack, the start of the icons and everything. So on that note, let's roll the commercial.
Not afraid of the dark? You don't know Jack. Look out for the new Halloween Horror Nights 10, only at Universal Studios. Florida residents save $10 with a specially marked 2-liter Coca-Cola Classic label or coupon from a participating Taco Bell.
Okay, welcome back. Let's go get our Beetlejuice Collectibles, and then we'll head in.
They're moving very slowly on the new gift shop. Very slowly. Then for the Coconut Club, now we know what's returning for the Dead Coconut Club. They've set it up some truss work with all this lighting, but they've kind of blocked off getting up to the window, because before you kind of peek in and to see what's going on, but everything is kind of blocked off. They should have the new Beetlejuice zipper in here. It looks like a little Jack in the Box. You got Beetlejuice right there. Never trust the living. It lights up. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. You got the sandworm there. It's all the way around the box, and then the popcorn goes in there. Oh, that's awesome. We got it. Here it is. Here it is. So the straw goes right into the top, but there's Bob. Bob is a sipper now. Now this stuff is gonna sell out before the movie even comes out. So I'd say, come to City Walk, pick it up now. You know what? That's more like it. That's what we need. We got some movement on the main truss work first. Now, as you know, the icons will be up there, right, for the opening ceremony. Then they'll eventually come down, because they're not gonna stay up there the entire night. They've added the little staircase now to go all the way up there to the stage for them to then exit and enter. I feel like this is a lot wider than last year's stairs to get up there. All right, so they're now running cables right to anchor to the truss work to support everything.
Okay, so then back about the Beetlejuice 2 collectibles and all the sippers and everything. There's gonna be a wide variety of them coming to different kind of theaters across the country. This is the whole list and the rundown of all the different ones that are coming to theaters near you.
Okay, so look at these awesome Beetlejuice collectibles. You have a special Beetlejuice blanket, a ghost house sipper, the Bob Shrunken Head sipper, the Bio Exorcist popcorn bucket, awesome sandworm popcorn bucket, which is really cool. There's also going to be a handbook for the recently deceased container for a popcorn bucket. Then there's also going to be, I believe this is a sipper, a Tombstone collectible container.
Let's pop into 5 and dime, see if there's anything new. We got new creature merch from Black Lagoon. I like the black and the white design right there. Strange Legends in the Amazon. You're looking at $23 for this candle. Now the smell of this is kind of like almost like a bayou oak. It's a nice, like, subtle kind of an earthy smell to it. See if the register has been changed. And it has. It no longer says the numbers from yesterday. Now they have a little bit left of the Mr. Tape shirts. It looks like small is sold out. They still have large, extra large, and medium, but no more small. So again, they only made a limited quantity of these, so if you want them now, you gotta come buy them. Now sadly, there's no Beetlejuice out right now. I should bring this up for another day, just have him sign it on the back, see his reaction. Now we're back here in Battery Park. They've added a bunch of more cables connected to, you know, the uplighting. We talked about that like a week ago, but there's all these cables now. They're gonna be hooked into something. So the rumor, right, is the Chucky bar being over here.
Okay, let's talk about the weekend. Remember, like months and months ago, we were like, the weekends would be coming to HHN Orlando as a scare zone, and then we lost it. And then I was like, oh, it's coming to Hollywood. We finally have the official announcement for the house coming to Hollywood. So they made this awesome little trailer.
Warning, unusual audio-visual activity in your house.
Once.
Weekend returns in an all-new Nightmare Trilogy, only at Universal Halloween Horror Nights, where horror lives.
And then this is the description.
Okay, so Halloween Horror Nights says this: The Weekend Nightmare Trilogy. The Weekend returns in an all-new haunted house spawned from After Hours, Dawn FM, and a horrifying new tale. Get ensnared by the most iconic moments inspired by his music videos and live performances. Remember a couple years ago, domestically, we had the After Hours one, and then I believe off in HHN Singapore, we had Dawn FM, and now we're going to be getting the third one in the trilogy. But then John Murdy had this to say: The Weekend Nightmare Trilogy will be in Stage 15, location of the Stranger Things house last year. And for those paying attention, this was the secret trip I took to LA back in January. Secret meeting, secret location, for a secret project. That is a secret no more. And then this is the art of it. It looks pretty cool. So again, just kind of seeing the different trilogy faces of The Weekend.
I'm excited to see how creepy it is. The Weekend house was a blast out there and here. So I don't think we're gonna get The Weekend ever again after this year, because one of you guys were saying it was like a 3-year contract with him, and this is the end of the 3rd year. So once it's done with The Weekend. So if you're a fan, go to HHN Hollywood this year. Honestly, HHN Hollywood, they're bringing their A game this year. I'm really excited to see what they pull off.
Into the swamp of the undead. I can't wait to see this during the nighttime. I just love the little bit of breeze that's happening right now, making all the camouflage and moss flow in the wind. I'm not seeing too much, new stuff being added over here. A little bit more distressing and rearranging, but it looks pretty much the exact same to how we saw it yesterday. Now remember yesterday, this is where that broken kind of top was. I guess broke it. So they covered it up. They just, added some moss to the top. No one's gonna notice. Moss everywhere you go. And then it looks like they're adding some plants right there. And then over here, they've added some more foliage with the tire and the plants here to kind of blend in with the light. And then below all the truss work, right, we have the camo and kind of, the rope hiding the lights now with some shrubbery. Now I just saw team members working on whatever this is supposed to be. Did something break, or is there supposed to be a little platform or arch that's going to be installed? But they've added these plants to kind of hide whatever that is. Yeah, it looks like they just kind of like rearranged a lot of different plants to kind of make it look a little bit better, more immersed, and then the tall grass. Nothing new with the house. They've added some plants around the little boat. They added the lily pads yesterday, and they've added these. You truly feel like you're in a swamp. It's like they rearranged this a little bit. Again, they added those plants last night. And over here, they added some more moss and some bottles and some gloves. It's just like, how much more can they add? It's like when you think they're done, they just add more. They just surprise you with another layer of detailing. So like right over here, they added like a fishing net. They added a little bit more detailing over here, and it looks like they added a little bit more moss. So you'll have guests coming down here, right? And a character can kind of hide up against there, or hide behind here, then pop out and then scare them. Or they could be hiding here, right? The guest comes by and they hop out and scare them. A couple little more details have been added. Like they added a little fishing net and a little bucket. Oh, this is all new. Look at this. Yeah, they camouflaged up the lamp. They've added all of this. So now it kind of blends correctly into the bayou. And then also on the other side, they camouflaged the light and then added the fence and then some more twigs and then the moss and everything. So it all just blends together.
Okay, so let's talk about the museum, deadly exhibits. You remember Darren Scott went to that media event and he posted all the concept art. There was this saying that we couldn't decipher, right? We didn't know what language it was in. It ended up being Latin. One of you guys translated it for us. So this is what the team kind of hid within that saying for that concept art for that media event.
All right, so the translation in Latin says this: This exhibit was donated by the researchers of Building 32 and brought to you by the excellent artists who make this museum so much fun. Building 32 is kind of AKA for HHN 32 the year before, because we're on HHN 33 right now.
I always love when the teams do that, because they do that a lot, where it's just like, you gotta translate it. It ends up just being an inside joke for the internal team. So I always love seeing that. So I wonder if we'll see that pop up within the house. So you'll be like, oh, now I know what that says.
All the Ghostbusters merch is now popped up inside the Men in Black shop. So they have, again, all the merch that's in that final tribute store scene, they have it here in Men in Black now. They do have a Back to the Future signed hoverboard in here. $3,200, signed by most of the cast though. It looks like they've closed up the arcade that used to be here for some reason.
Okay, now we're by Men in Black, right? We gotta talk about Alien. Then for the new Alien film, they're doing some viral marketing, right? Talked about this a couple weeks ago, what they did with the VHS, but they're just putting like face huggers on people and just putting them around public. Which I think is brilliant. I love when they do that kind of guerrilla marketing for movies. I like that the face huggers just aren't standard masks. You can actually see them, you know, like kind of like breathing.
Oh my god, look at this new food booth that's just popped up. Look at that. Okay, whoever is in charge this year of designing the food booth, y'all need a raise. These have evolved so much over the years. So we have a freaking drawbridge, right? This is kind of built like a castle. You know, we're gonna have the menu boards right there. Then they have a light right there. We also have some other lights up there which will illuminate the food booth. But just look at the layering of, you know, the moss work, the distressing on the stones and everything. Here's even the bottom of the drawbridge right there. Here's a shot from the side where the culinary team will enter in from. The detail goes all the way around the entire food booth. Look at that. Now, I have no idea what the menu options are this year for HHN. I'm excited for all these food booths now.
All right, we're heading into the Enter the Blumhouse Scare Zone. We can now officially call it that because it's been officially announced. They did a little, you know, release about it.
And then the Scare Zone announcement is going to be Enter the Blumhouse. Whoa, didn't know that was coming. Run a terrifying gauntlet of Blumhouse characters from The Grabber to Megan dancing in your nightmares. This is a new kind of horror. So it looks like Happy Death Day, Freaky, Megan, and the Black Phone will be featured in the Scare Zone.
Now, this is rumored to be the Peacock Bar, right? So I guess technically Chucky could pop up right here, but it's like, how would you get the performer who's voice acting him, kind of get him in and out of this small little area? So that's why I think it's going to end up at Battery Park for the little Chucky, you know, roast. Time to enter in to the Blumhouse. Now they've added the lights right here. Again, they'll shine up on the scare actor. It also looks like the speakers have now been unwrapped. They were covered up for the storm. And then again over here, we'll have the light bar. And now we can see all the electrical running back here to power everything. Oh my gosh, look. The cords are going all the way up there. They're running down here. They're all plugged in. These lighting teams must be having a lot of fun this year, setting all this stuff up. So again, over here, this will be, you know, it's the mascot from the film Freaky. They'll have the character right there. Then the other stage over here, they've added the lights right there, and then another light right there. And they've also unwrapped the speaker. Another little detail that's been added. The Black Phone, the Grabber, is returning. It's going to be very interesting to see how long this phone lasts with guests, because I feel like they're just going to be pulling on the phone. It is interesting behind all these stages. Normally with Scare Zones, you know, it's like a 360 design, because people will be going this way and that way. It's like, once you hit back here, there's no design. You only get half the design. And then nothing new happening with the Major Suites house.
Okay, so let's talk about Enter the Blumhouse Scare Zone. The rumors and reports for what it originally was supposed to be is you're gonna go through the Major Suites house and you're gonna exit through a scare zone for Major Suites. That was like the original rumor. It was all speculation and rumors and everything, but that was like, I heard from like multiple people that is like what was kind of planned and rumored to be popping up there. So I'm guessing it just got budget cut and it's cheaper just to put the Blumhouse out there with some vinyl stickers, because those costumes, they don't have to create from scratch. They're pretty simple costumes. You can go to any like Party City and buy like a Grabber mask. And also the Synergy machine, you know? Universal, Blumhouse, they want you to rent and buy the movies and download Peacock.
Now again, if you need HHN merch, they got it here in the Mummy Shop. Now this is one of the stores I've never done an in-depth coverage of. I feel like we need to now, because there's so many rich details that have been added here. It's like a tribute store. It's insane. So eventually, I think over the season and the HHN updates, we'll go over everything, but there's a lot here. I'm not seeing anything new. On Friday, we should have a new newspaper. Hopefully. What is that, tomorrow or today? Everything is a blur this month. New stuff will be popping up.
All right, and speaking of Beetlejuice 2, there's also some more collectibles and, you know, different food items that are gonna be released, you know, throughout the world.
So there's gonna be a Fanta flavored Beetlejuice drink. There's also gonna be a strawberry version of it. We also get to see all the different Funko Pops that they're gonna be having for Beetlejuice. These are really cool. I'm gonna have to wait till after the film to see which one I want to purchase. On the London Tube, they're showing off some advertisements for a bio-exorcist to help promote the film. And then off in Canada, they're doing kind of a Shrunken Head with Bob kind of viral marketing pop-up thing. And then Discussing Film said this: Warner Brothers are teaming up with Fandango to be the first studio to sell movie tickets digitally on Roadblocks. There's gonna be a Beetlejuice 2 overlay on Roadblocks. That's interesting.
Now, nothing new with the main stage for Ye Old Torture Fair, but I wonder if there's gonna be a victim in there. And we do have some fog machines that have popped up. We got double foggers right here next to the stage. We also have some more electrical cables that have been, you know, bagged up. I like how they like cover the electrical cables when they're going in, just with a potted plant. That's what they're covering it up. This has been added, and then we got 2 more foggers over here. So we got 4 foggers next to the stage.
And then back to HHN Hollywood, they've announced the show that is returning this year.
And then the show announcement is going to be The Purge, Dangerous Waters. This fiery stunt spectacular puts you in the world of The Purge like you've never seen it before.
I think it's going to be a little bit different from what I was hearing. It could be kind of the same show, but I know they wanted to make it bloodier and gorier.
The Insidious food booth So it says Insidious, and then Face Your Demons. So I'm guessing Bitter's Boy is right behind the red door. We have all these different scratch marks behind the red door. So there's some sort of monster creature back there. But they did a really good job kind of weathering the door, and then also the actual booth, you know, weathering it and making it look like an old decrepit house. Like, you think this is just like, you know, water stains? No, they actually like made it look like that. This is a shot from the side, and it just says, you know, Face Your Demons. And then there's nothing on the back, so it's just the front. I'm excited to try what food that they have. I wonder if they'll bring back, you know, like the red bun burger for, like, you know, the red demon. There's some wonderful layering, right, with the paint job that they have here. They added a little bit of white to show that, you know, it's been scratched off. The paint, right, is showing the primer, and then you also have, you know, the deep claw marks going down to the wood of the door. So it's little details like that that I love, man. I love this attention to the detail.
And then also, the Tear Tram out in Hollywood has now officially been announced.
Tear Tram announcement. Enter the Blumhouse. Terrifying Blumhouse characters have taken over the Tear Tram. Face the murderous android Megan, the Grabber, and more.
Warning. Unusual audio-visual activity in your house.
I heard this one's supposed to be really scary. Okay, well then you go first this time. Why? Are you too scared? No, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Hello?
Enter the Blumhouse. Terror Tram. Only at Universal Halloween Horror Nights, where horror lives.
I love the Tear Tram. I just really hope they don't fill it with all just Purge characters. But then Theme Park Parker tweeted out this.
And then Theme Park Parker said this. Rumor, Blumhouse's Wolfman film will be exclusively teased at Universal's Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood.
We might see the Wolfman pop up because they have, you know, the film coming out, was it next year? For the Wolfman from Blumhouse. So I feel like we could see that tease for the Wolfman in the Tear Tram.
Let's see if there's any new merch inside the Universal Studios store. $30. They have the Cat in the Hat and Thing 1 and Thing 2 running across the Universal Florida Archway. $7 for a strawberry smoothie cotton candy. $14.95 for this photo frame of Thing 1 and Thing 2. $20, they have a little thing like a journal that you can doodle in. $24.95, they have another little 4x6 photo, Universal Islands of Adventure. And then if you want a glitter mug, they got one of Thing 1 and then also Thing 2. This mug is gonna run you $19.
Okay, on that note, let's go back to the office and we have some more HHN updates to talk about.
Okay guys, we're back in the office. Bad news for Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. But before we get to that, we have some more little HHN updates. So if you're a fan of the upcoming, you know, Luchador Scare Zone for HHN Hollywood, you can actually buy the shirt now on Amazon. Again, it's Amazon quality. I don't know how I feel about it. And then also, John responded to this tweet. We getting a reskin La Chusa prop? And John says, no, ship that to Orlando. So it sounds like we might be getting a copy and paste of Monstros from HHN Hollywood to HHN Orlando because they're literally just shipping the props from Hollywood here. Instead of, like, you know, just giving us the blueprints, they're just shipping all the props here. So excited to see if there's any interesting differences between the two houses. I hope it's as good as Hollywood's because Hollywood's was a masterpiece. Okay, so now for the bad news for HHN Hollywood. On Reddit, this was posted. No access to Jupiter's Claim this year unless you have RIP. And then it says, plus, guests who ever purchase or opt to upgrade their event tickets to RIP Tour will encounter themed photo ops along with exclusive access to the Jupiter's Claim set from the hit film Nope. If you've been on the Tear Tram in the years past, right, one of the highlights was always kind of walking through the set of Nope. It was truly something special and creepy because they literally uprooted the set and they placed it on the Universal backlot for the tram to go through. It's awesome. So we're gonna be packing right now. I gotta hop on a plane to go to D23. HHN updates will be on a pause for about like 5 days, and then when I come back, we'll you know, go back to the HHN updates. But guys, on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
I love the family.
Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things Halloween Horror Nights and Universal Studios around the country. I love you all, and I'll see y'all very soon.
So I'm guessing Bitter's Boy is right behind.
Hey, no, no.
They added a little bit of to show that, you know, it's been scratched off.